Hi, I'm Nathan from Serious Geeks, and this video is going to be a little bit of a departure from what I normally talk about, to talk about something that is very true to my heart, and it's my very first experience getting into wargaming, and that was Heroquest. There has been a countdown timer for quite some time now, a couple of weeks I believe, maybe even longer, I can't even remember. Anyway, this countdown timer has been watched eagerly by many fans of the game, myself included, and you probably remember this original game here. And yeah, it's been remade. So I'll put a link in the description and you can see the website. I want this game purely for nostalgia reasons, but also because I kind of want to introduce my children to wargaming using the same method. I've used Warhammer 40,000 and it's quite hard for my 7-year-old to really grasp the rules. Some of the other games, such as Blackstone Fortress, they're equally a little bit complicated, and my kids just don't have the interest like what I did when I was their age. Heroquest, I believe, is a more simpler game. I think it has been updated with new rules. We don't know for definite. No one's played it yet. But I definitely do want this game for nostalgia reasons and to introduce my kids to it. Therein lies the problem. This game isn't actually due for release yet. In fact, it's actually been crowdfunded on Hasbro's own crowdfunding website, Pulse. This in itself isn't a massive issue. I would have crowdfunded and contributed to this myself. I would probably went for the full version, $149.99, but it's only available to people in Canada and the US. At least the shipping, I'm sure they would take your crowdfunded money even if they can't ship it to you. So I can't actually get involved, which is a massive disappointment. I really wanted the whole thing. I wanted the extra characters that come with it. I wanted the female versions of all the standard characters. I wanted the male version of the elf. I wanted it all. I wanted the extra expansions too. Having monitored the situation on Twitter, Facebook and various other sites, you can see that the whole internet is in uproar about this. Most of the fans of this game are actually worldwide, and although the crowdfunding seems to be steadily gaining pace with just the US and Canada market, I am absolutely sure it would have met its targets if it went worldwide straight away. Now, feedback hasn't been great to Hasbro, and I'm hoping that they take notice of it. Whether they do or not, it depends on whether they care or not, really. I mean, let's be honest, if it hits its target, they'll just say, well, it's hit its target, it doesn't matter. But as we all know, that bad publicity can sink a ship way before it's even started the sale. So they should do something about it. Whether they will or not, I'm actually quite dubious whether they'll bother, but you just got to hope with these things. If they do open it up to the rest of the world, it doesn't necessarily make it an easy fix. The shipping to our Canadian friends who've backed this game is extortionately high. It is in fact over the price of the core game. We could probably extrapolate from that if it was to go to the rest of the world, it would be similarly extortionate and just not worth our while. This is a massive mistake in my eyes because goodwill is hard to come by, and once it's earned is treasured by most gamers, most consumers in general. So I think this is a big mistake from Hasbro, and I hope they do rectify it. A successful release of this game could mean for the future a re-release and a revitalisation of a lot of classic games that we all know and love. Space Crusade was literally the second game I cut my teeth on when it comes to Games Workshop products, Heroquest being the very first, and I loved it. It was so fun, and in fact that game has been played by my oldest son and he loved it as well. In fact, he beat me twice on it, which is kind of distressing. As we know, Warhammer Quest has been revisited by Games Workshop, but it's not quite the same. Its complexity and the fact that you can level up characters and follow on with each character and it feels like a story is being made, and the extra visits to different taverns and the random tables of events, etc. It was great fun, Warhammer Quest, the original one, and none of that is in the new games. It's just not quite the same. And although those are good quality games in their own right, it doesn't feel like the original Warhammer Quest. So if Games Workshop does see a successful relaunch of these old style games, and there's a market for them, maybe we will see revisitations of things like Warhammer Quest in a way that we all know and love. Anyway, that's just my wishful thinking. Doesn't matter if I can get Heroquest, I'll be just as happy. So, has anyone else been following this as attentively as myself? Counting down the days with the countdown? Has anyone else also played the game when they were younger? And what got them into the hobby? It's always interesting to hear. More importantly, do any of my American friends out there actually have access to this pre-order? And have they done so? Have they crowdfunded with it? Please let me know, it's always good to hear. And I will catch you all soon. Peace out.